what's next? Where do the Pittsburgh Steelers go from here? And Omar Khan was asked very firmly, hey, what's going on with wide receiver? Do you feel good about wide receiver? Is that where we're going next? And he said, well, quote, we'll see. Like I've said, if there's ever an opportunity to improve the team, we'll look at it. And if it makes sense, we're going to go after it. But yeah, we restructured Alex Highsmith's contract, and it puts us in a position to be flexible with some of the things if there's an opportunity to do so. We were sitting right there, and I think we both had a little bit of the same thought. So I want to hear you say it. What went through your head when that came out of Omar Khan's mouth?
They're 100% still looking to make a move. But they are in, active talks. I think they are getting annoying to the 49ers right at this point, just calling just about every day, asking about if is one of those receivers eligible to be traded. I bet they're annoying the Denver Broncos too. I bet they're working on really blowing up their phones a lot as well. Omar Khan's never one to tip his hand that much in a press conference like that or in a setting like that. But I think I think there was enough there that if you read between the lines, if you have listened to Omar Khan speak enough, that he left the door. Him leaving the door open is him saying we're being really aggressive. Is his version of saying we're being really aggressive in this market. So
yes.
I don't think the fact that they didn't trade for Cortland Sutton or Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk means that they aren't interested in those players. I just think that there wasn't a deal that the 49ers or Broncos were willing to respond to. And, maybe after the draft, I was looking at the Denver Broncos picks. They drafted 2 wide receivers. They took Troy Franklin pretty early. I don't know. Maybe they are preparing for life without Cortland Sutton. Maybe they just need to have those pieces in place before they moved on. I'm not ruling out a receiver trade at all. I think we've said before, too, that, especially for the 49ers, like one of those trades could come way into training camp. It could be a late addition. It's not something that you need to rule out just because time is wearing on. In fact, I think as time goes on, the idea that a trade is becoming more likely, I think that's what I'm going with.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. They didn't do it in the draft. I don't think they wanted to do it in the draft. I think they wanted to do it on day 2, maybe day 3 of the NFL draft. I think once every team was like, nah, that's too low, they said, that's fine. We'll wait it out. We'll wait till a month from now, 2 months from now. We'll wait till training camp. I think Brandon Ayuk and Deebo are still very much so on the table. Cortland Sutton's the guy that I think, if we want to start talking about a realistic, this could probably happen for the Steelers, Cortland Sutton just makes too much sense. Too much sense. The Denver Broncos did not give away their hand at all. They drafted a quarterback, and immediately everybody went, oh, okay, well, they want Cortland Sutton to stick around. They want a veteran guy for their guy. Okay, yeah. Then they added 2 wide receivers, including Troy Franklin, and you go, okay, well, now their wide receiver room includes Cortland Sutton, Denzel Mims, Tim Patrick, Lil Jordan Humphreys, Troy Franklin, and, another rookie, and you're going, okay, that's a lot of wide receivers. You're not going to keep all those wide receivers. Who are you going to get rid of? You're going to get rid of Lil Jordan Humphrey. He started for you next year. You're not going to get rid of Denzel Mims. Who are you going to get rid of? Cortland Sutton. That's who you're going to get rid of. They've been looking to get rid of him for a while. His cap hits over the next 2 years are $13 million and $13.5 million. He's got $3 million left in guaranteed money. The Steelers are sitting there going, we can make that move and we got money to spend. We still have money to spend after that. Like, why would we not make that move? Plus, he's going to be cheap. And I think during the draft, his stock rises. You could look at him and say, hey, this is a 3rd-round pick. I think a month from now, Cortland Sutton gets dealt for a 5th, maybe a 6th-round pick for the Steelers, because at that point, the Broncos, they didn't make a move when it was timely, and I get that, and I think that was possibly their fault, but also possibly both sides' fault. I think a month from now, the Steelers call and they could say, hey, look, we'll just give you something. Who cares? You want that money anyways. Go sign somebody else. I think I think a Cortland Sutton trade is very much so on the table for the Pittsburgh Steelers and very, very realistic at this point. Guys, this is a public service announcement, and it is urgent. You think that you have mastered the look in sweatpants and joggers? Well, guess what, my friend? You have not. You are one step away from wearing pajamas in public, and your significant other is starting to think that you look like a slob. It's time to take your sexy ass and put it in some jeans. If you take anything away from today's show, it's that the perfect jean isn't just another pair of stiff, uncomfortable, nut-crushing pants. They have cracked the code on solving your denim difficulties, and it is time to rejoice. Check them out. Always looking good. The Perfect Jean makes great looking, perfect fitting jeans that are as comfortable as sweatpants and more stretchy than a kangaroo's pouch. It's made from a special denim fabric that's super soft, just like sweatpants, just like joggers, but it doesn't make you look like a slob. And the best part, they make 6 fits from skinny to thick. Waist sizes from 26 to 50 and lengths from 26 to 38. So whether you are a thick guy or a short king, or guess what, anything in between, they perfectly fit your body and accentuate your assets. Pun intended. Trust us when we say that these are truly fucking perfect jeans. Once you try them on, you'll never go back. Once again, boom. For a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc, or just Google The Perfect Jean and use our code ALLSteelers15 for 15% off. Look it. I have been looking for a while. I have been talking to my fiance daily. I need to find a look. I've tried them all. I tried khakis. I tried joggers. I tried sweatpants. I tried shorts. Nothing fits me like the perfect jeans fit me. The Perfect Jean doesn't just stop there, though. They've revolutionized t-shirts as well. The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide the beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look. It's soft like butter without shrinking in the wash like all your other t-shirts. It's just, perfect. The Perfect Jean always has free shipping, always has free exchanges, and always has free returns. So you can have peace of mind knowing that your order is completely risk-free. It's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use our code ALLSteelers15 at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with promo code ALLSteelers15. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please, please, please give us some support and tell them that we sent you. Fuck your khakis and get the Perfect Jean.
Yeah, if not, likely. I don't know.
Yes.
It seems like I don't know. I haven't heard of any other team connected to a Cortland Sutton trade.
Nope,
Yep.
none. And I look at it and say this is like they're just waiting. They're just waiting. So I would say that that's a very, just like you said, possibly likely situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's just a matter of time. And it could happen any day now, but I would imagine the more time that passes and people are going to say, oh, we're overhyping this. I wouldn't rule it out until day one of the NFL season. When they walk into week one and there is no Cortland Sutton on the Steelers roster, that's when you go, okay, all right, well, there it is. It's gone. We missed it. But before, and then right up until then.
And then he gets moved in week 5. And then
yeah, because the Steelers realized they need a wide receiver. That's it makes too much sense. The Broncos, they did not do a good job at hiding anything, and you can say whatever you want, but Benjamin Albright's sitting around saying they've been trying to move him for a year now, and they got rid of Jerry Jeudy, who was a little bit just about as expensive and younger and probably had more upside, and it just makes too much sense to sit here and say Cortland Sutton's going to be gone from the Denver Broncos and probably on the Steelers roster anytime between now and the first weekend of September, and probably after that as well, depending on how George Pickens and Roman Wilson play together in week 1. So I'm not ruling it out.